Let me know if this is you. Every day you wake up with the mindset that you're gonna have a productive day. You're gonna work out, eat a healthy breakfast, complete all your work tasks, cook dinner, read a book, do a full self-care routine, and still go to bed on time. But what really happens is you didn't sleep well, so you skip the workout, go straight into work tasks, but you're still too tired to complete them, so you save some for tomorrow, and then you spend the rest of the day scrolling because the majority of your day was already a fail, so you're just gonna start over fresh tomorrow. And then the cycle continues. If this is you, then you are me, because same. As a recovering perfectionist, I've always struggled with pivoting when things don't go as planned. And this shows up in a lot of ways for me. Even when I think back to my childhood, I was one of those kids in art class that would start drawing. And if I didn't like what it was looking like, I would just crump up the paper and start over. There was no concept of an eraser, no concept of let's fix what we already have. I just had to start over. But life humbles you and you learn that not everything can be restarted with a blank slate. With that being said, as I know we've all experienced, even with the perfect plan, there's so much that dictates what our day will actually look like that's out of our control. And if we keep waiting for tomorrow to be perfect, nothing ever gets done. For me lately though, when it comes to being productive and really crossing things off my to-do list, I've learned and implemented 3 important rules that has really helped me to get as much done as possible, especially on those days that already feel like a wash. The first and most important rule in my experience is to remove as much friction as possible from any task that you have full control over. If you have a job or people to take care of or just anything else in your life where you can't always estimate how much time and energy it will take from you on a particular day, I've found that the best thing I could do is make the rest of my life easier. By the way, shameless plug, but on my other channel, I made a video about why I quit software engineering and I linked it in the description. But one thing I had mentioned is how I never knew which days I'd be stuck working late and how it would throw off my plans for the rest of the day. But when it comes to things that I want to get done outside of work, I try to make it as easy to get started with as possible. For me, that's as small as separating my clothes by color before I put them into the clothes bin, so that when it's time to do laundry, it's just a matter of putting a load into the machine. Meal prepping is also a big one for me. I'll cook once or twice a week so I don't have to have the task of making dinner every night. And when it comes to working out, I work from home now, so it's easier for me to stay consistent. But when I was going into the office and didn't always have time to do my full planned out workout, I had 5 to 10 minute workout plans I could do just to stay in the habit of staying active. So these are just some of my examples, and I know that it will look different for all of us, but I think the best way to identify where you need to remove friction is when you find yourself procrastinating on a task. Try to figure out what about it is holding you back and what you could change to make that part easier. The second rule is to get the easy wins first. For me, seeing my to-do list shrink motivates me to get everything done. And I know the usual advice is to do the hardest tasks first, and sometimes that works for me, but more times than not, if I don't complete the hard thing in the time that I want to, and I still have a bunch of other things to do, then that just demotivates me. When I get all the easy stuff done first, and then the last thing for me to do is the hardest task, it's easier for me to start because I'll likely have 2 rewards at the end, which is 1, a completed to-do list, and therefore 2, the ability to relax and rest for the rest of the day. These easy wins can go hand in hand with removing friction, like my example of doing my laundry. Because I've already separated my clothes before putting them into the laundry bin, if my task for the day is to actually, wash clothes, then getting started is an easy win. I feel the same about working out and will try to always do that in the morning. Because even if I didn't finish my work task, I can at least say I did something that benefited my health. So I'm team easy win first. The last rule I use for when I'm putting my to-do list together is to assign an allowable time for each task. But I don't time block it in the sense of okay, I'm gonna clean my house from 10 to 11 a.m. Because as soon as 10:01 hits and I'm not cleaning, I'm well, my whole plan's ruined. So instead, I just say I'm gonna clean for exactly an hour. I'll start a timer, and when I'm ready, I just go for a straight hour. And if I don't finish in an hour and I don't feel like cleaning anymore, I just pat myself on the back and say, you tried your best. But really, I did the best I could. And I think us perfectionists, we have to recognize that that's also a success. Sometimes done doesn't happen in a day, but it is what it is. But I think assigning times to your tasks and being strict about them is important because you want to make sure you have actual time to rest and do the things that you want to do. I can look at my to-do list every day and say, okay, I have 8 hours of tasks. If I take another 8 hours of sleep, then that means I have 8 hours today to relax or do whatever I want. And I can move around those work hours and free time hours in whatever way works best for that particular day without having to stick to a strict schedule. So those are the 3 rules that have really helped me fix my all or nothing approach to my day. If you found this helpful, then please like the video and subscribe for more.